Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. Altruism may be explained by A. The leadership contingency model, B. The social exchange theory, C. Catharsis, D. Matching hypothesis. The answer is B. Altruism may be explained by the social exchange theory because altruism is the desire to help others even if the cost outweighs the benefits of helping them. And the social exchange theory will argue that altruism will only exist when the benefits outweighs the cost. For example, when our behavior helps us even more than when it helps the other person is all based on the humanistic relationships that are formed through the use of subjective cost-benefit and comparative alternatives. For example, we advocate for others as counselors despite the social risks and challenges that are included with advocacy because we are doing everything in our power as counselors to advocate for our clients even when they might not ask for it. We are still doing this to help them. Our culture is more diverse than it is in the past. Multicultural counselors often work with persons who are culturally different. This means the client, A, is culturally biased, B, suffers from the diagnosis of cultural relativity, C, belongs to a different culture from the helper, D, presents problems which deal only with culturally charged issues. The answer is C. This means the client belongs to a different culture from the helper. When we are working with diverse individuals, they will often belong to a different culture than us, the counselor. For example, I have the Midwest culture and the Midwest experience, but I may work with someone who has the Southern experience or the West Coast experience and culture, or somebody with a Hispanic culture, for example. I must learn how to be a diverse and multicultural counselor to work with individuals who are culturally different than I am, which means I have to learn their way of doing things, what their culture means to them, and how I can appropriately apply treatment. What would Erich Fromm have said about religion? A. It may inhibit healthy growth and development. B. It may be used to encourage warfare. C. It's fine to have religious faith and experience. D. All of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Erich Fromm has said about religion, it may inhibit growth and development, it may be used to encourage warfare, and it's fine to have religious faith and experience. As counselors, we have to acknowledge religion and what it encompasses. I would recommend looking into Erich Fromm and his religious point of views and what he has researched regards to religion, psychology, and counseling. In order to diagnose clients from a different culture, A. The counselor ideally will need some information regarding the specifics of the culture. B. The counselor will find the DSM useless. C. The counselor will find the ICD diagnosis useless. D. MBCC ethics prohibit the use of the DSM diagnosis when counseling clients from another culture. The answer is A. In order to diagnose clients from a different culture, the counselor ideally will need some information regarding the specifics of the culture. When you look into the DSM under any disorder, there are culture-related diagnostic issues under each section that will help guide you into a diagnosis. On top of that, you should do additional research to gather the information with specifics from the culture of the client to ensure that this diagnosis would fit best for the client themselves. What is the token economy? A behavioral modification technique B, a temporary experimental economic system. C, a way to test societal economic construct. D, a new type of dream analysis. The answer is A. A token economy is a behavior modification technique. I specifically remember using token economy as a child via the marble jar and sticker charts, or it may be called star charts. Every time that a child does a chore, they get a marble or a star or a sticker. After the week, depending on how many stars, stickers, or marbles that the child has received via chores or improved behavior, the child gets a reward. This is a token economy. It will help children with behavior modification, but it must be persistent. Once the child ages, the token economy can be taken away, but if it's taken away too soon, then the behavior may come back. And that is all 5 questions for this episode. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.